Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy, Monday to you all. It has been a little while. Hopefully you enjoyed your weekend. I'm playing some catch-up once again. Seems to be the kind of premise of the whole channel at this point in time. But, you know, we gotta do what we gotta do to get by. Ended up going on like an impromptu little fishing trip out into the wilderness with the fam last weekend. Caught some good fish, ate a lot of good fish as well. But we are back, and after 2 long weeks, OST Saturday is back. Admittedly, it is on a Monday, but OST Saturday is back. Welcome to episode 40 of OST Saturday. Very exciting time indeed. We've hit the big 4-0, which is how old my knees think they are, considering how much they crack every single day, but that's besides the point. This is kind of making up for the last 2 weeks. Admittedly, it's not a very long list for the amount of time that I've missed. It's just trying to get through, get some music out, get some OSTs out, and there have been some that I've been very curious for. So let's get into it. This week we got a little bit of ITZY, we got some from S9 back within the OST game, jumping on back with Astro for the first time in a very long time with some Eunwoo. We've got Dream Suite, which I'm actually quite looking forward to, as well as Big Naughty, because they're both part of the Netflix live-action adaptation of Duna. And 9 and Mill from OnlyOneOf, who is also a group that we have not tagged along with in a hot minute. But that's on the docket for today. If you're new around here, you've never been around for OST Saturday before, Timeline Below is going to be chapter based off of whatever song we're listening to, whatever artist we're listening to. So if you're here for like a couple songs or just one song, you can refer down there, and it'll take you right to when we start listening to that. So that out of the way, let's get into it. DJ, roll the intro. I can't lie, it feels good to be back. It does feel good to be back indeed. I've got my notes app out with all of my notes I need for today. So let's get started. It's the Superpowers from a strong girl, Namsoon. I saw that this had been making the rounds kind of like leading up to it. But ever since then, I haven't seen really anyone watch it or listen to it or anything like that. And it's kind of like the one thing I love about these OST Saturday episodes is that we get to cover music that not many people really cover or listen to, and I think that's a shame when it comes to the OST department, because I do think OSTs do kind of get often overlooked. So, let's see what ITZY have in store for us today. Oh, we're starting off punchy, okay. I like the build. Where are we gonna go with it? I like the skip that the hook has. And then we got this little like halftime post-chorus thing going. The beats also got overall's got a really nice hop and a skip. I also like the way it just cuts out at the end here, and it's just all kind of like percussive in the background. Then you have that like guitar slide down. It's very energetic, which I quite like. Superpower. Oh, letting the high note release on its own, cutting it back, and then bring it back in with another set of high notes. Superpower. Really interesting. It's a very energetic song. It's got that. I mean, you know, the song's titled Superpowers. It does have that kind of energy to like give you that little extra boost. It's very energetic. It's got a good vibe to it where it's like go and take on the world kind of vibes, but it's also just a straight up good pop song. It's got everything you want from it. It's got the brightness to it. It's got the bounciness and the like uppityness to it, but it's also controlled enough to, you know, kind of throw it into a lower gear once in a while with that halftime in the post-chorus, cut the instrumentals back in the pre-chorus. It's very balanced, and I feel like it was very much a song that showcases what ITZY are good at, and it's just cool to hear ITZY. I don't know. ITZY's. I've explained this with other ITZY stuff we've covered here. ITZY's Korean releases have not really hit for me in the last couple of eras. Not to say that I like dislike them. It just I much more prefer their older title tracks and their older albums. But they're also like their recent Japanese discography has also been very good, and that's resonated with me more than their Korean music has. So to kind of get more ITZY music, now admittedly this is an OST, but to get more ITZY music that is like clicking with me much quicker, does give me a little bit of hope that, you know, like my love for ITZY isn't like dying away, and that little projects like this can slowly bring me back in. So this was a very therapeutic ITZY drop for me. I very much enjoyed it. Also, hopefully Leah's doing better. Pause it. There we go. We got a little bit of Fromis action one time. Oh, it's been a hot minute since we've had Fromis on channel. Ever since the album and the title track, the studio length album, I should say. Haven't had any Fromis content, I feel like, and they very quickly grew on me this year. Thank you, Kaya. They made an astronomically quick rise to like towards the top of my girl group list in probably the span of like 3 weeks. They're like one of 2 artists I think we've done full artist discography checks on, and yeah, I just love them to bits. But they have a brand new OST out for the webtoon Operation True Love song Love Me Back. Now, I saw the members posting this on the Instagram stories and stuff, but I haven't listened to it yet, so here we go. Oh, hello. Oh, y'all did not have to go this groovy on me. It's got everything. It's got everything I want from the kind of like city pop vibe. Really gentle rise, but a nice flourish. Apologies for the sniffling, my allergies are flaring up again today. Oh, it doesn't do it the second time around. Love that. That's so nice, the way it just cuts everything out and leaves the vocal alone. There's the release. It's such a controlled release, and you see it coming. It's entirely predictable, but it's even better that it is predictable because you can just kind of groove along with it without any surprises. Oh, muffle it on the bridge? Okay. Yes. Again, it's a very predictable release, but it makes it that much easier to jam along to. Oh, drop it down a notch here. Not gonna lie, I kind of wanted that to keep going. That was a very, very, very nice groove. Honestly, Fromis does this type of sound so well for me. Like, don't get me wrong, I love their energetic stuff, but like some of my favorite Fromis tracks have been kind of the more chill stuff, like Love Me Back, and I mean, by extension, it feels like, not by extension. It kind of feels like an extension of Me Now, in a way. It's got that kind of chill vibe to it, and this type of song in this type of range, I think does Fromis's vocals so much justice. They are so smooth with it. They can get so pretty with it, like, super gentle and airy, lots of air. And I'm looking at people specifically like Jiwon. Jiwon, when she gets into that really high, thin and airy voice of hers in her higher range, I think is so cool. And then you pair that off with someone like Chaeyoung who can, really sing low. Chaeyoung can sing low, Soyoung can sing low, Jiyoung can sing low, and it just provides such a gorgeous combination of vocals that I feel like you wouldn't have gotten from them, like 3 years ago, back when they were still in their, bright, energetic, and cutesy phase, so to speak. And I love the direction that Fromis are going. And I know this is like a webtoon OST, so this is like completely unrelated to their studio discography. But I love that this can kind of tie in with their most recent era. And I really hope that this is something that continues for them. Like, I mean, I won't be upset if we get a nice summer bop from them. Like, don't get me wrong, but this chill, smooth bop vibe that Fromis have been doing has been astonishing. It has been so good. And this OST is, admittedly, Fromis doesn't have a lot of OSTs. I remember when we did the discography deep dive, and I couldn't find a whole lot. But this, and I mean, there's been individual ones, right? But this might be my favorite Fromis-related OST that they've done. Like, whether it's in a group or by any of the individual members. This is very good. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, Mr. Cha. Oh, no, thank you, YouTube. Don't need you to sell me anything else. Okay, Eunwoo of Astro. Now, Astro are a group that I have not given enough love to, and well, they have been through a lot this year. I won't go into details for, but for me and specifically Eunwoo, I have really no prior connection. Whether it's through this channel and checking out various Astro content, or just in general, apart from the like full group Astro stuff that I've listened to in my time, don't think I've ever checked out a solo project from Eunwoo before. So this is a very exciting time indeed, because this is Jealousy for, I believe this is a drama, Good Day to Be a Dog, which is just kind of a mood, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm very excited because I see Eunwoo's name pop up everywhere. And as someone who's has really no connection to Astro up until this point. I'm very curious, because my Astro connections kind of revolve around me kind of binging the sappy ballads that Astro have done earlier on the year, and checking out Moonbin and Sana's release early on in the year. I think, what, Madness, right? And last year really falling in love with Jinjin and Rocky's Just Breathe, or Just Breath, which was so good. Yeah, I'm excited. Let's go. Lots of finger snappers today. Not complaining though. Oh. I'm also loving the acoustic guitar vibe. Oh my goodness. With the background vocals too? Ooh, chef's kiss. Oh, what a nice release. It was like a little twinkle. Oh, and that little hold where they cut the beat but just let that chord ring. It's very smart. Genuinely, this vibe is tremendous. I usually say for ballads that having the vocalist with one acoustic instrument is the most emotionally powerful way to portray a song. This is very similar to that, but in a quite upbeat and bright song, and it's so pretty. This little like higher key up into the twinkle. Oh, that release is freaking great. I could go for a can of Pocari right now. Oh, and then we got that release again. Is it over already? No! Why are all the best songs so short nowadays, man? No, but genuinely, that is absolutely freaking gorgeous. His voice is also freaking gorgeous, but that song is freaking gorgeous. Have I said freaking gorgeous enough for this song yet? Oh, I love the sound and the texture you get from an acoustic guitar. It's just so nice, and it's so calming in a way. When it's delivered in this nature, and you just feel the emotion kind of ring off a little bit, and it's just so fun. It's so fun. And the song has such a good vibe to it, and yet controls that vibe very well. It doesn't let you kind of run away with the vibe. It'll, keep you in check by, cutting the instrumental back or holding a chord before the next phrase comes around. And it keeps you locked into the song without you getting carried away by the song. And that's a very smartly composed song. But it's just freaking gorgeous. All right, I'm done. That was great. Pardon the cut, my allergies are really bad today. I don't even know why they're so bad today, but figured it'd probably be a good time to take a break, get myself sorted out before we move on. So here we are. We're jumping on with a double dose of music from the Netflix Korea live-action adaptation of Iduna, webtoon. That's been around for a little while now. forget what the premise of the show was because I have not read it in a very long time, and I never finished it. Pretty sure it was like idol who retires from the industry, goes to college, meets ordinary college boy who lives next door, hilarity ensues. I'm pretty sure it's a rom-com of sorts. But Netflix have made a live action adaptation. There we go. With Suzy as the main actress, which I'm very excited to try and find some place to watch it because I've never watched an actress Suzy piece before, and I've been meaning to for a very long time. And well, given that this is a show based off a webtoon that I'm somewhat familiar with, I figured this would be a great way to get involved and get stuck in. But jumping on with the first song, this is The Whispering Spell by Dream Sweet, which I think is the fictional group based within the program webtoon. It's a little bit confusing. But members involved, I had to go look this up. This is Suzy, Goa-sung, Rian, and Shimis from La Chica, and Janet Suh. I'm familiar with only Suzy and only by name. Like we've had, I think, one previous OST from Suzy in the past, which was for it was a survival show some sort a little while ago, and Eunwoo did an OST for Iduna a little while ago as well. But let's get stuck into it. Here we go.
Stop this game, waiting for it. 이제 너의 눈 앞에 나타나. Whisper spell, you can't escape. I got you. 내게 와. You can't see anything now.
Oh, drop it into halftime one time. I thought we were gonna go kind of kick it up into a higher gear there. There's the kick up. What does this remind me of? It reminds me of like a Western pop song from like the 2000s. Dance break section one time. What does this remind me of? It's also just a good pop song. But yeah, the plucky synth, I can't tell what it sounds like. Oh, peep the harmonies one time. Hold on. I was wondering where this kind of like club beat interlude was gonna go, but why does this beat kind of want to make me go, this place is about to blow up? Is it that song? Oh god, I don't know anymore. I hear you back there, background vocal. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's just a good pop song. As someone who didn't listen to Miss A like at all, I have no idea what Susie's vocal is like, and I'm gonna be referring to her mainly just because she's the only one that I recognize. But I really don't know who Susie is as an artist or an actress. I just know her name, and that's about it. So to be able to kind of like pick up on little bits of like Susie musical projects here and there through OST Saturday has been a really cool learning experience because her name is like I feel like every generation's got like, Nation's little sister. Like right now, end of fourth gen, beginning of fifth gen is very much, I think, Manche at the moment from La Seraphim. But I've seen that tag be thrown around and associated with Susie a lot. But that's really my like extent of my knowledge about her. So hearing her kind of, be in her element, so to speak, in her idol element, is really cool. She's got her lower voice, like especially at the beginning, was very cool. It's nice, rich, low tones that I wouldn't have expected from her. But then again, I don't know what I would have expected from her. If you get my drift. But the song itself, what do those plucky synths remind me of? I genuinely don't know what song it is. But like the further we got into the song, the more it made me want to go like this place is about to blah, oh, especially when like the chorus drops came around. And I don't know if that's the song I'm thinking of or if I'm just putting a completely different song together for it, but it's a clubby like EDM pop song. No qualms about that whatsoever. And sometimes these fictional groups produce some bangers. Like what was Idol the Coup with like Honey and Exy? Was that last year or 2 years ago? I can't remember now, but that had some good songs to come out of it. Twinkling Watermelon, we're getting some good music out of that show. That's got a fictional group in it. I'm trying to think of other ones. Like, I mean, if you want to throw KDA in there, you can throw KDA in there as well. But sometimes fictional groups can really bring the heat when it comes to music. And I'm very curious to see if we get any more music from this lineup or just from any of the cast members moving forward. Because if you have, admittedly, I don't know the cast for the show, but if we can get actors and actresses who have some like idol experience or maybe sometimes no idol or singing experience at all, and we just get them together for like the final OST. I love it when shows do that, and I'm really hoping that Duna kind of pushes that a little bit. But of course, that's not it for the show because we have Mr. Big Naughty one time. I feel like the kind of split in what we've checked out from Naughty on like as a feature artist and as OSTs is greatly outweighing his studio releases, which is a little bit unfortunate, but you know what? I'm not going to complain because I really like Big Naughty's stuff. So this is Daylight from Duna or Iduna. With how flexible he is in terms of like genres and stuff, I genuinely have no idea what this could be like. So let's go. Oh, we get his husky singing voice. Hold on. I haven't heard him sing like this since Gomek Boys. I also like how the song is just slowly growing in the background. We're getting more instruments here and there. Ooh. Woo! Get up there in your range, naughty. Man, if I had an ounce of piano playing ability, I'd love to play along to this. I'm also recording on a piano at the moment, but no, I have no piano like skill whatsoever. Even though I may like airplay them. I'm also curious to see if we're gonna get any more like rapping naughty in this, because this type of song really doesn't allow for rapping usually. Also, hello cello section in the background, I hear ya. Sustaining the singular high guitar hit there and cutting out everything else is so nice. The way he just kind of like glides up to those high notes. Oh, is that how the song ends? Oh, that went by so quickly. Oh, that was so pretty though. The song just, oh, it just blooms, and like it's with a song that's titled Daylight. We're going back to the creative mind again. But if you're new or you've never experienced me explaining this sensation before, I'll kind of give you a brief rundown of it. My brain will sometimes come up with a very clear mental image that a song will paint for me. And whenever that happens, I always attribute that to a very good song. Is that when I listen to a song, it gives me such a vivid image. It may be completely unrelated to the song, but for me, a song titled Daylight and a song like this, it does feel like the sun, say it's been a cloudy morning, like maybe a cloudy sunrise. And usually you'd see the sun creep up over the horizon to shine out, but today it's cloudy. But once it's about an hour and a bit after sunrise and the clouds start going away and you see the first rays of sunlight start peeking through. And then once that chorus flourishes, it's like the sun completely breaches through the clouds and you get the full expanse of the sunlight, of the daylight for the day. And the song gives me that vibe. It's very warm, it's very comforting, it's very easy to identify, it's easy to enjoy. And combine that with this type of music coming from someone who usually raps, spectacularo, spectacularo indeed. Love Naughty, love Naughty. All right, one last song for the road today. We're jumping on with OnlyOneOf. It has been a very, very long time since we've had OnlyOneOf really anything on the channel. Started with we started with Soul Drift because we checked out that title track just on a whim. Then we had viewer requests for, was it Skins and Libido or just Skins? I forget now. But we had a little bit of an OnlyOneOf phase early on in the year. We checked out the entire Soul Drift collection, which is a very fun time. I mean, OnlyOneOf musically is, I think, always going to be a great time. It's going to challenge your musical mind, but it's always going to be a great time. And if I remember correctly, there's been a little bit of a change up in the OnlyOneOf camp recently. But that's besides the point, because we have an OST from them, which I'm very excited about, because this will be my first OnlyOneOf OST that I'm checking out. Specifically, this is 9 and Mill from OnlyOneOf, the song Evergreen for Bump Up Business. I have no idea what the concept of this is going to be, And frankly, when it comes to OnlyOneOf's music, I genuinely have no idea to where even begin to guess what the song is going to sound like just because of how much range they have. So let's check it out one time. Does this have captions? No, it doesn't. We got another snapper again. I swear, this entire week, all I've been doing is snapping along to the music. Oh, getting a raplet interjection in the build-up in the pre-chorus. It's just a good pop song. It's for OnlyOneOf, it's surprisingly straightforward, which is something I rarely say about their music, is that this is straightforward. It's, again, also a very controlled song. There are times where it lets the beat kind of run and do its thing, but then it holds itself back when it needs to. Yeah, having the rap in the pre-chorus build right before the climax is very cool. I like that. Adds a little bit of an extra texture. I thought my computer froze up for a second when it started going frame by frame. Keep the background vocals one time. Oh, that bridge, the way it holds the tension in the vocals is so good. Oh, halftime? Halftime drop one time? Okay. Back into full time. Oh, and end with your high note one time. Hey, that's sick. Hold on a minute. Oh, I mean, it has been a very long time since I've listened to OnlyOneOf, so maybe it is that kind of not nostalgia factor, but not having listened to them in a while is very cool. But wow, that's just a very good bright pop song. Admittedly, whenever I listen to OnlyOneOf, I have to switch my brain into knowledge mode to really understand their music. But I'm glad I didn't have to do that with this one. I could kind of just relax and enjoy it. And it's a very good song. It's super bright, super energetic, but it's also just a very nice pop song that you can, again, it's another snapper. And I don't know what it is about this week, but I'm pretty sure I've snapped along to every single song, maybe minus one. And it's super simple. And that's usually, musically simple and OnlyOneOf are two things that usually do not go together. Actually, more like they never really go together. Because even on a song that is usually pretty simple, like on paper, if you really deep their like only one of studio discography, there's always going to be something that's a little bit like, what is happening here? So to not feel that after an only one-off release, admittedly this is an OST, but to not feel that sensation feels so foreign to me. But if the song is this good, I'm really not going to complain about it. Oh, it feels good to be back in the mix with OSTs, man. OSTs genuinely do not get, like I mentioned right at the beginning with ITZY stuff, but OSTs really do not get a lot of love and attention like their studio counterparts, and it makes me sad because OSTs are sometimes absolutely freaking gorgeous. And I'm trying to think, like some of my favorite, like if I had to rank individual songs like one against each other and just make like a list, there's a good chance that an OST, at least an OST, will crack my top 10 every year. It's just, there's just something about OSTs that's magical. And that's why I love doing these weekly marathons. I usually try and keep them weekly, but we've missed a couple weeks in the last couple months here and there as a real life things. But yeah, the OST marathons are some of my favorite things that I cover here. And yeah, it's just been a great time. We got to hop on back with some artists they haven't heard from in a hot minute. Got some new artists in the repertoire. And overall, it was a great time and a great way to jump back in with OSTs. But that is it from me for this week's rendition. For episode 40 of OST Saturdays, we will be back next week, hopefully on time. I think I'm going to try and record Friday night instead of trying to do a Saturday because there's a good chance that I'm going to be busy on weekends moving forward. So I'll try and get them ready ahead of time so we don't have to keep pushing them back to Monday because OST Mondays just does not have a nice ring to it. I want that OST Saturday. I want that slight alliteration, even though it's not an alliteration. But you get my point. But that's it for me today. Thank you all for watching along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today. Let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day today. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.